Hey guys, this is your most mysterious commentator, Mr. Mythical X, and today we're actually starting a new series. It's going to be called Memory Lane Mondays. And in this series, I'm actually just going to tell you stories from my past that actually happened, and I'm just going to go ahead and share them with you guys, to give you a little entertainment. Stories that I find entertaining. Obviously, for a while I'm going to be doing my own stories in the future. I might do you guys' stories if one of you guys wants to share something with our viewers. I feel free to send me a message and we'll be happy to do, Memory Lane Mondays on your story. So, my first story is actually from when I was 16 years old. It's from family church camp. My family went to a church camp every year. It's a 3-day church camp and it was in the mountains. So in this church camp, every year they brought a different church to take care of the children while the rest of us were taking classes, studying, playing games, etc., whatever. So, we got there Friday, probably around 6. We met the people, and immediately I saw a girl that I thought was just so gorgeous. So, I met her, said hi, we flirted a little bit, I could tell she also found me attractive. So, I was like, this is going to be a good year, definitely. So, the day ended. Next day we got started, we just did our thing. Then early on in the day, probably afternoon, around noon, we had water balloon fight. Everybody was fighting with water balloons, and me and her just focused on each other. It was probably obvious, I really couldn't tell you because how everybody else, if it was obvious to everybody else, because I don't, I was just so focused on her. So, we flirted, and me and her wanted to get away, so we ended up, going away on our own, flirting, we kissed a little bit, we're teenagers and having fun. So we went off, and then, time passed, and it was getting close to the evening. It was probably 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and we wanted to go off on our own. But, the little kids loved her so much that they actually, didn't want her to go anywhere. So they followed us everywhere so we couldn't get really any alone time. Anyways, finally one of my friends ran interference for us. And he actually, was like, oh my gosh, they went that way. So, he ended up creating a diversion, and instead of just going a little far, a little to another place of the camp, we actually went into the woods, probably about 3 miles out. And we just walked forever till we found this abandoned gazebo. And once we got there, we, started talking, everything like that. We started kissing, things started getting a little heated. And that's when I started receiving the first call. My phone started ringing, blah, 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 and I got irritated. I was like, I'm busy. So, this is probably not a smart decision, and I actually threw my phone into the woods. I wasn't thinking at the I wasn't thinking at the time. So, at least not with my head. So I just, threw my phone into the woods, and, I just kind of went back to kissing her, having a good time with her, etc. So what ended up happening is, we were there for about 2-3 hours, and this whole time I guess people were calling on my cell phone, but I was oblivious to it. The phone was in the woods, blah blah blah. So me and her finally, I guess, get done. We're like, all right, maybe we should start going back. It was dark out by that time. It was like completely and utterly dark. It was nighttime. So and it's the woods. The only light we have was the light from the moon. So we get done, and we're like, alright, we should go back. Well, my phone, I guess, is still ringing because I see the screen light up. About 10-20 yards into the woods, I see the screen light up. I'm like, oh, okay, thank goodness I found my phone. So I grab my phone, and I see I've got like 30 missed calls. Friends, family, like everybody's calling me. So I'm like, alright, it's definitely time to go back. Well, so we start getting near the camp, we start hearing yells, and we start seeing flashlights. And we're like, what is that? What are they doing? Maybe they're playing a game or something. So anyways, we go ahead and we get closer, and as we get closer, we realize they're actually saying our name. They are yelling for us. They are asking where we are, or yelling for us because they think we're lost. So, and I guess once we get to the camp, one of my friends finds us first. And he's like, where have you guys been? The whole camp is looking for you. You know, all the adults, I guess, like there's a couple adults taking care of the kids, but everyone else is out in force looking for you in the woods. And I guess they had been looking for like an hour. They were, or longer, and they had, you know, they were worried about us, etc. They were actually thinking of calling search and rescue for us. You know, so, I mean, it got crazy. I had like these 3 big hickeys on my neck. You know, she had some on hers. I mean, it was just insane. And so we got back, and, you know, they weren't really happy with us. I mean, they were kind of pissed. And they actually forbade us to see each other again. But, you know, next day we snuck off during the service again. And we saw each other one more time before, you know, before we had to go back home. So, you know, I definitely had a good time with her. I still remember her I remember her to this day. I actually saw her a few years after that. You know, we kind of reconnected a little bit. But, you know, like I said, it was a crazy time. They forbade us to see each other. And let's just say that's not the only time things got crazy at church camp. But, you know, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, this is a little bit about my past and what I've gone through. You know, I'll be doing these every Monday. So if you do like the videos, you know, feel free to hit the like button. If you guys have any comments or questions, or if you even have any suggestions about, you know, what kind of memories I should do, or what you guys would like to hear, just go ahead and let me know, and I will be happy to, you know, do that for you guys. So, like I said, I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay as well as my crazy stories and crazy memory. So if you guys did, you know, like I said, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll be putting out a Memory Lane Mondays out every Monday, and I'll also be putting up, you know, other videos throughout the week. I'll be doing playthroughs, and check out my Darksiders 2 sample. And with Myth's Darksiders 2 sample, you know, you guys can have like an idea of what you would get if you would go, you know, if you guys wanted playthroughs through me. And look at that air shot, damn! Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and this is Mr. Mythical X, and I'm out.